Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. Today I'm going to tell you about this awesome 2021 Bronco Sport Big Bend that we have for sale. This is a new model for Ford, and it's not to be confused with the regular Bronco. Some of you might be wondering, what's the difference between the Bronco Sport and the regular Bronco? Well, there's actually a pretty big difference. They're actually almost two completely different vehicles. They do share a name, but the way they're built are very, very different. So the Bronco Sport, which is this one, this is built on car-based unibody architecture. So, you know, component-wise, it's very similar in construction to the Ford Escape, which it shares its platform with. But unlike the Escape, which is kind of vanilla and boring in my opinion, this has a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more excitement, and it does have really good off-road prowess to live up to that Bronco nameplate. The regular Bronco is built on truck-based body-on-frame architecture. It's based off the newer Jeep, not the newer Jeep, but the newer Ford Ranger platform. So it's bigger, and it's built on a truck-based body-on-frame platform, which is a little bit better for off-roading and doing truck stuff. So I would equate this like Jeeps are pretty popular off-road vehicles. I'd equate the regular, larger Bronco to almost like a Jeep Wrangler, which is more utilitarian, more off-road based. You can take the roof off, you can take the doors off. Not the case with this one, where this is kind of more like a Jeep Compass or Jeep Cherokee, which still has good off-road prowess, but it's much more better suited for everyday on-road use. So this is going to be more fuel efficient. It's going to have more car-like road manners. It's going to probably be quieter than the regular Bronco, just to give you comparison. And the biggest difference I would say is pricing. The new Bronco is quite the product. It's very, very popular, and that's also transcended into pricing. You might find that you know, Ford dealerships might be marking up the newer Broncos quite a bit. I've seen some running at the auction, some used ones. Surprisingly, you know, I see some selling for $60, $70, $80, $90,000 at the auction, and that's before the dealership buys them and marks them up. A little bit too rich for my blood to buy for our store, but people definitely are, you know, have some big demand for that regular Bronco. I don't think it's worth $70,000, $80,000 to have a Bronco. For some people might think that's the case. I think I'd rather order one. Where in car, as far as pricing goes, this is a lot more closer to the real world as far as pricing goes. You're not gonna, you know, you're not gonna pay a premium like you are for the regular Bronco. So those are some of the differences. I'm pretty impressed. This is the first Bronco Sport that we've had. Really nice upscale interior. The cloth interior is really nice, two-tone, contrast stitching. We have a nice big moonroof with a power sunshade. Really easy to use gear selector. It's this rotary dial, and yeah, really easy to use. And then we have the GOAT modes. So this is kind of your drive mode selector. So we have sand, we have normal, we have eco, we have sport, and we have slippery. So definitely shows you like this thing's a little bit more geared towards off-road prowess with some off-road modes. So that's nice. We have easy to use climate control settings. It's very straightforward auto climate control. Very straightforward. Keyless ignition with push button start. Parking camera. Nice infotainment system. Ford's infotainment system is awesome. Lots of storage as well. You'll notice excellent storage in the Bronco. You have a little bit extra storage under here underneath the infotainment system. Then we have some more storage here, USB connectivity, then a wireless charger. That is a really nice feature. Electronic parking brake, nice large glove compartment. I love the steering wheel, nice leather up steering wheel. We have the prancing horse or the bucking horse right there in true Bronco fashion. Forgot the prancing horse, that's the Mustang. That's the other horse-inspired vehicle. Obviously the guy who developed the Mustang and the Bronco, it's actually the same person. The guy who first developed the Mustang also developed the Bronco way back in the 60s. Obviously he had affinity for horses, you know, naming one the Mustang and one the Bronco, but obviously he made two amazing products. In fact, the original Bronco in the 60s was really our first sport utility vehicle before they even had the name sport utility vehicle. I think they called it something else, but it was revolutionary, and obviously it paved the way for, you know, almost every car we see on the road is crossover. We're leaving a sea of crossover SUVs. They're very popular these days, sport utility vehicles. And look at this, we have some nice zipper storage back here. Really nice touch. Interior space is not too bad. You know, this is a compact vehicle, but I'm 6'2". I had that front seat adjusted for my height. I have lots of legroom, headroom back here. Also, I like the meaty look of the Bronco. Even though this is a smaller Bronco, you have this big muscular hood, nice angular curves on it. Gives it a big kind of big truck off-roadish feel versus a car feel. Nice alloy wheels with the Bronco logos on them. And this is pretty cool. You can either open the glass, which is a pretty nice feature. You don't find that too often these days. And of course, then you can open the tailgate in the normal way. Looks like we have kind of a configurable partial shelf here. You can put it in different levels. I like how they have the rubber or plastic here. There's no carpeting, so that's easy to keep clean. They have the cargo area protectors in the backs of the seats, so when you fold the seats down, that'll help keep the carpeted part from getting all damaged and stuff like that. 12-volt power. I don't know what these are for. It looks like, oh, these might be for grocery hooks. You can put grocery hooks there so they don't roll around the back. Some good thinking. The product developers were definitely thinking about some things developing this. So look at this, we have some adjustable lights here, so when you have the tailgate open, looks like we can put these lights on so you can get a little visibility. So maybe if you're off the beaten path out in the woods or something like that, or just I guess in a dark parking lot, that would come in handy. We have some great promotions going on right now. Complimentary delivery to pretty much anywhere in Washington and Oregon. We can put this on our call hauler. We can print the paperwork, and with our mobile delivery service, this Bronco Big Bend can be all yours without leaving your neighborhood. Of course, in the front end styling, we see the family resemblance to its bigger brother, the regular Bronco. And then for an engine, we have a turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. They use this engine in a lot of Ford products. Very smooth for a 3-cylinder, and with turbocharging, it has plenty of power, about 180 horsepower. And I think it'll really love how fuel efficient that vehicle is. Very, very miserly on gas, but it has plenty of power for a vehicle this size. Thanks so much for taking the time today to watch this video. Hopefully we see you soon, and have a wonderful day.